G'day all you wonderful people, welcome to Adventure Together. My name's Al, Trail Name Lookout, and today we're on the North Washington coast at Rialto Beach. Man, the waves here look violent. This is definitely not a place to be when the tide is up. Now all along the back of the beach here are these huge dead trees, these giant pieces of driftwood, and they're here because there's a river close to this beach where all of these old growth trees lived, and every time the river floods, it floods with such violence and such power that it rips up these huge trees and brings them down into the ocean, where they're tumbled around and float around and they're in the waves there, and then when it's high tide they're thrown and discarded back onto the beach, used up, and it's just incredible. These huge things. It goes to show you the power of the ocean. I've been walking for almost an hour up the beach with the tide coming in. There's really nowhere to go because I wanted to see something called Hole in the Rock, and I think I'm getting pretty close to it. These are pretty cool too. I think that's it there. I don't think I'm getting over there to walk through it though. Time to go back, I think. That tide's coming in and it's not like I can go up and touch it, so no point going any closer. Towards the end of this trip, I was thinking about doing trail magic, and that's the kind of plan as far as I've decided that's what I'm going to do. But it came at the expense of being able to do some surfing in Puerto Rico. And I'm walking down this beach and I'm thinking, I'm going to do the surfing. I'd rather be on the beach and relax for 4 or 5 days than in the desert waiting for 1 or 2 people to come and grab some sodas. Got to cross the river on the bridge of Driftwood. The bridge of Driftwood. The Driftwood labyrinth continues. Which way should we take? My footprints are down there. Can we go this way? These are fantastic examples of sea carrots, and they are carrots that are grown at the bottom of the ocean, and then they're delivered here ripe for the picking. There are a lot of people going the opposite direction to me, and I'm thinking, you've got to be faster than that. Get up earlier if you want to beat the time. Back at the car park. So that's it, the high tide is well and truly in. So people are going out now because it's going out slightly. Oh look, we saw that. Oh, back in the car, and it's just started raining, so perfect timing. But time to get off to the next location. But I want to find a covered seating area because I still haven't had breakfast, I haven't had any coffee. I just drove straight here this morning to beat the tide. So hoping that I can find somewhere and get something to eat. I'm in the park in Forks and I found this huge covered area. Perfect to have breakfast.
One humongous meal later.
I'm just on my way to the Hoh Rainforest now that I've finished lunch and it was breakfast at lunch, so yeah. Anyway, I got out the car because I wanted to show you these things that I've seen down the side of the river. Piled up underneath all these bits of driftwood, these concrete shapes going all the way along the shoreline. You can see them just piled up. Now, I think I know the reason. We have these things along the side of the Thames in London. Towards Dartmouth and Dartford, and the reason that they're there is to stop amphibious assault. They were put there in World War II. I'm not sure if this is part of like stopping amphibious assault or it's there to stop erosion, and all the driftwood gets caught on the concrete shapes, and then it stops all the riverbanks being washed out. Could be one or the other, but I think it's more the latter than Washington State worrying about amphibious assault from the north. Just driving up this road, and I had to stop and pull over because I want to take a photo because it looks so magical up here. I think I chose the wrong days to plan my vacation. around. Oh well, gotta make the best of it. Why is there so much rain in the rainforest? Can't it be the sun forest?
I imagine our book is just going to be a...
It looks like a tree limb fell off with such force that when it hit the ground, it impaled the ground. So when you see these holes that you can see in the root bed, it means that there once was a nurse tree laying along the floor that these seedlings had grown from, and since then that has completely gone away. You can see over here there's another one with a gap underneath it. So this is what I mean by a nurse tree laying along the bottom. You can see all these plants that are laying, that have taken root up on top of it, and as that disintegrates away, those plant roots will leave the gaps underneath. Here's another example of a nurse tree with a tree already growing out of the top. I think I just walked through the set of maths. Maths, for those people who don't keep up to date on trash TV, is Married at First Sight. Yeah, I'll show you a photo because I think it was it's not a real wedding. massive root base on that tree. It's huge. It's about 25 feet across. This is exactly what I was talking about. Well, that was the Hoh Rainforest, and yeah, living up to its name, a forest full of rain. But it was really cool. Again, using a word from yesterday's vlog, atmospheric, magical, ethereal. Maybe not ethereal. Maybe that's going a bit too far. But very, very cool. I loved it. It's so beautiful, and I think seeing it in the rain, it's adds to the experience. Really, it was a very, very cool experience to walk around there for a couple of hours, and I highly recommend it to everyone because it was beautiful. Just very, very cool. You just don't see forests that have been left that way very often, because you know the logging and expansion and infrastructure has to destroy these things, and getting to walk around it is amazing. Olympic National Park, despite the weather, has been incredible. I've wanted to come here for years and years and years. Oh god, so long, and it's been a wonderful experience. And now I'm going to head to the town of Aberdeen, which is famous because Nirvana are from there, the band Nirvana from the grunge days of the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Kurt Cobain and Chris Novoselic, the two founding members, are from there, and were from there, I guess, in Kurt's case. And it's going to be very cool for me as a fan of the band to go down there and go to Kurt Cobain's hometown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am in a motel room in Aberdeen, or just north of Aberdeen in Washington, and it has been a rain-soaked day. Very, very, very wet day, and I'm glad to be indoors and not in a tent, and definitely not sleeping in the back of the car, which I am definitely far too tall to be doing. It was not a comfortable night's sleep last night. But that aside, what an incredible day. Firstly, on that beach and the stormy sea, and secondly in the Hoh Rainforest, which was incredible. I will never forget that, and hopefully I get to go back there sooner rather than later. It was an amazing place, and I think the rain added to the mystique in the atmosphere very, very well. I really enjoyed it, even though I was soaking wet when I got back to the car. But that's about everything I have for you today. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Hoping that I